the Italian Dolomites. Vast, dramatic, wild. This is a region bursting with natural beauty and diversity. Covering an area of over 140,000 hectares and with 18 peaks rising to over 3,000 metres, the mountain range is a mecca for outdoor enthusiasts. When it comes to hiking, there are 6 established Alta Via long-distance routes, of which the Alta Via 1 is perhaps the most well-known, following a waymarked and well-trodden path. I set out in the middle of the summer season to see for myself what makes the Dolomites so special. It is the final day, people. We are on our way. The smile's big and everything is super exciting. As you can see, the views are absolutely spectacular this morning. The cloud has been coming and going and dancing around us as we've been preparing to head off, and actually it is kind of cool having this like shrouded, mysterious beginning to the day. The sun is definitely fighting though. I think we're gonna have a good day today. That would be rather nice. 5:14, can I reach? Okay, first impressions of the day is that actually it's really slippy. The beech leaves are covering the rocks and the roots, and everyone knows that wet wood is really slippy. So yeah, there's slow progress on this descent right now. But slow and safe is what we want today. First sign of the day, Rifugio Pian Di Fontana. 2 hours, that's where we're aiming for. That'll be our first break for the day, I think. Climbing up this slope this morning feels like being in a cloud rainforest on the slopes of Mount Kilimanjaro. It's just really humid and wet and cloudy. There's a real sense of adventure actually. Oh geez, look at that. Wow. That is so beautiful. This was the wild Val Vescovia, with the giant Sciarra looming ahead, swaddled in cloud and mystery. Gosh, I can't get enough of this. It's like being in Machu Picchu. I followed the contouring path, part of which was an old herder's trail, before finally beginning the long descent down to La Pisa bus stop. Can't miss this sign, can you? Which way is it? This way. With my focus on the relentless down, I at the same time felt immensely grateful for not only the beauty around, but the entire journey so far and all I had experienced. I was totally calm and content inside, and took a well-earned mindful moment to enjoy the vibrant birdsong before reaching Rifugio Pian Di Fontana. My last latte macchiato on the Alta Via one here at Rifugio Pian Di Fontana, surrounded by a wall of rock and trees and actually cloud. I am so grateful for the decision yesterday to come over the top, because I think I would have bypassed it today looking at the conditions. Like, it really is very, very cloudy. I feel really calm, I feel really relaxed, I feel really content. I feel borderline emotional at the beauty of this trail and the fact that the journey is coming to an end. I feel a little intimidated because I know I have another hike coming up. But just overall, it's just proving to be a good time to start to collect my thoughts and feelings regarding this hike. You sign up for a hike like this to walk from A to B, and you have absolutely no idea what's going to happen along the way. And that really is the beauty of the journey, the beauty that the story unfolds as your path unfolds in front of you. You have no idea. All you have is a little guidebook by Cicerone or somebody else to follow, with a little map, also by Cicerone, and an app on your phone as a backup, and that's kind of it. And it's just, you really have to just surrender to the way, to whatever happens, and you do have to dig in deep and find something within yourself to get through these hikes, because there's times where it's hard and it's grueling, and there's times where it's really easy and blissful, but they all are just a mass to this experience that you'll never forget. It's just pure gratitude for the fact that I'm here at the last refuge, on the way, about to drink my last macchiato. So cheers to that. So good. Maybe I have to have two. Ciao. It was crazy, really, that the end of the trail was so close, and I walked slowly along the track to savour the last kilometres. Despite the towering mountain walls and thick forest cover, I didn't feel claustrophobic, but free and humbled and happy. I felt like I had arrived home, in my body, in my mind, and in my spirit. Great. Danger. Falling rocks. We got so far to get dunked on the head by a boulder. This descent is really dropping us down super quickly, and I've decided that I want to finish this film here on the trail in the mountains, surrounded by serrated peaks and crazy trees doing crazy things. It's actually really awe-inspiring, and I sort of feel like the trees here and the rocks and the sheer rawness of this landscape, the Dolomites, has just left me feeling inspired time and time again to push my own boundaries. And it's a reminder that if a tree can thrive on the edge of a rock face, then so can we, in a metaphorical sense, when it comes to really pushing ourselves through our own boundaries and challenges, and through, as I always talk about, to the other side of fear, because that's where life lies, and that's the journey that is personal growth. And I think, you know, for me, this hike has offered so much more than I could have expected. In a very literal sense, it has been bewilderingly beautiful. But also internally, you know, I feel like I've had a real sort of shift in my energy. And I think it's really just inspired me to be myself all over again, you know. And then the trail requires dedication, showing up every single day for a hike, knowing you have a certain distance to cover, everything you need is on your back. Like, it's exciting, it's humbling, but it certainly requires you to dig in deep sometimes. It's not always easy, and you have to push through to grit your teeth and get the job done. But it's in that process that you find you're brave. You know, you can only be brave when you're scared. You can only be courageous when something is unsettling to you. And I think coming out here is a very daunting prospect. You know, for me, I've really just tapped into the strength that I have within nature, knowing that yes, it has the ability to wipe me off the face of the earth in any given second, but it also has the ability to ground me and accept myself for who I am. And I think that really is my takeaway message from this trail, you know, that the greatest thing we can do with our life is to be unapologetically ourselves, is to be kind. It's always about kindness. It's about kindness to the world around us, and it's about kindness to ourselves, you know, and the more we can practice these things, it's like a muscle, the better we get at them, you know. And it's so important to spend time in landscapes that make us feel very, very little, because it's only when we feel little that we can really go within ourselves and find our strength and be our own coach to work through the hard things. And we have to deal with the hard things. We have to go through the furnace in order to come out the other side as the phoenix. And it's been amazing here in the Dolomites, just surrounded by this pure raw beauty, because it's reminded me that all of this out here that I'm seeing within my eyes, lies within me as well. Like, I have the metaphorical equivalent of the Dolomites within me. I'm raw, I'm wild, I'm untamed, and we all are. And that is why we have to come out to places like this. And if backpacking is not your jam, that's totally okay, but spending time getting our heart rates up, away from screens and completely immersed in our natural home is everything that I believe we need to live a healthy and happy, successful life. So spend time in places that make you feel small and be unapologetically you. That is my message from the Alta Via 1. And if you want to share the love, please click like, click subscribe, and share this video with someone else who needs an injection of enthusiasm and happiness. And wherever your adventures take you, enjoy, be present, breathe deep, and be kind always. Until next time, thank you for watching, and stay wild. I actually really wanted to shout right then. Maybe I will. Are you with me? 3, 2, 1. Stay wild! Oh, that was invigorating. Yeah. Stay wild, folks. Cool. Let's go catch a bus.
Walking on, I realised that I had fallen in love with the Dolomites, and that they had helped to pull me out of the internal clutter and chaos that had threatened to drown me. The mountains and lakes, butterflies and forest, the rocks and skies and the people. They had all enabled me to shed the layers of expectations and pressures that had built up, and stand strong, simply, as me. As the last kilometres then turned from track to path, to steps, to tarmac, to traffic and noise, I worried that with the end of the trail, my thoughts and feelings would be lost, as it was all a little intense and anticlimactic. But then I realised that they couldn't possibly be lost. I could take the spirit of the Alta Via 1 home with me, and now my job, rather than to hike, was to embody the lessons that I had learnt, and to stay open to the gift that is life, with all of its raw and wild beauty.
We did it! Woohoo! Ja, that's it! Süßkartoffel! Belluno!
Later on, when I boarded the bus, I smiled, acknowledging that there is always an adventure waiting for us. The trick is to not overthink things, to pack light, and to not take yourself too seriously either. It's a powerful thing to be able to laugh at yourself. That way, when things get hard, as they always do, you simply can't lose. Onwards, my friend, to the next adventure.